we are here just to have a conversation to show you the power of women together and the community we base. And we kind of like have these meetings. There's only a few of us here today, but we had this group where we had these meetings where we just go on. Someone will say, "Do you want to chat today?" And we just go on and we chat. And we really find it helpful that it empowers us. We can get help. From the other women, it's a sense of community. And we thought, being International Women's Day today, why not share what we do? So we're literally going to be talking amongst ourselves, but we do want you to join in as well, because obviously we want you to be part of this community with us as well. And please do say hello, post comments. We can answer if you've got any questions for any of us. And what we're just going to quickly do is we've got 6, although you can only see 4 on the screen at the moment, there's actually 6 of us here, and I'm going to be rotating around so you get to see everybody in here. So what I'm going to do is, and I think we've got a dog there somewhere, or a horse, one of the two. We're literally going to go around and we're just all going to introduce ourselves initially, say who we are. So you get an idea if you've never met any of us before. So I'll start. So I'm Ray Caroline Cownan, and if you're at crossroads in life, then I help you heal your past, create your future, and transform your present so you can take charge of your destiny in the here and now. And I use future life progression, past life regression, angel oracle cards, angelic reiki, guided meditation, hypnosis to help you get clear on your destiny. So any issues that you have and you want to move your life forward and you're not sure how to get there, I can actually help you do that. So that's just a brief synopsis of me. So we'll just move around everybody so they can give you a brief synopsis. So Mary Louise, why don't you go next?
Okay, yep, my name's Marie O'Connor and I'm a crystal consultant. I have my own crystal store where I supply crystal bracelets, which I make myself. I also do the tumble stones in bags, which are healing bags, and salt lamps. And I also do lots of spiritual gifts. Business started a few years ago when I had to change my job, and it's just expanded from there with the lovely support from lovely ladies like these.
Excellent. So if we move to Michelle.
Hello, so I'm Michelle Budd, and my not-for-profit business is called Kent Equine Facilitated Learning. So I post about what I do on a daily basis, and I make no apologies for that, because I believe that connecting people with a herd of horses is absolutely beneficial to people's mental health and general well-being. And so my business has been up and running for a couple of years now, and we connect with schools, adults. We provide kind of Saturday children's sessions, and we have lots of fun events going on at the yard where we bring over lots of sort of well-being businesses like you guys.
Yeah, excellent. Perfect. So, Loredana, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm Loredana Caminiti, and I am the founder and director of a company called Be Horse Self. So it's horse-assisted well-being. So I help people, women, children, promoting general well-being with a strong focus on mental health and also emotional well-being. With the horses, because they're absolutely fantastic at this job, and they are the best business partners I can ask for. And it's about finding really who you truly are through the horse's presence. And it's all done on the ground, so no riding involved whatsoever.
Perfect. Natalie, do you want to go next?
Yeah, so I run a health and wellbeing business with my aloe vera products from Forever Living, and it's there's skincare and oils, but it's also coming with our aloe vera junking gel, which is how I got into it, and it's really good for so many benefits in our body, which help with other gut health issues. So since doing that, I've started my gut health diploma, just so that I can understand even more about how to help other people. And yeah, and I teach Irish dancing as well, and it all kind of the stuff with the aloe vera really helps with the fitness and the well-being side of that. So yeah, it all works very nicely together.
Excellent. Jane?
Hi, I'm Jane Burnham from The Way to Be. I'm an angelic Reiki practitioner, and I also have a family business that we run, offering beekeeping courses and lots of things that are very mindful in nature and nurture. So we're all about getting people out there doing stuff and helping their mental health.
Excellent. So that gives you a brief idea of all of us. And I said we will be going around the screen, and we are going to try a little experiment as well. And I know we've got Carla and Iris watching. So what I'm going to ask you to do, because we want to see if we can get the people off screen, even if they're not shown on screen, whether you can actually hear them, because this is what BeLive says they do, and I've never tried it, so I thought let's try it. So I'm just going to the ladies that are off screen. I'm just going to try something. So hi Carla. Right, I'm going to ask Michelle to say something. So can you let me know if you hear what Michelle is saying? So Michelle, do you want to say something? Okay, banana. Okay, so Carla or Iris or anyone else watching, did you just hear when we were quiet, somebody say, well, what word? Yeah, what word did they say? And this is where we're going to find out. Does it work? Doesn't it work? Just wait. Yeah, well, nobody's saying they can't hear what the word was, but then nobody's saying they can.
I couldn't hear it my end.
Could you not?
No, couldn't hear it.
Right. Okay. So that doesn't work. Okay. So that's fine. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate everybody, and we're just literally going to share what woman inspires us first of all, or what women inspire us to go. So Jane, why don't you go first?
Right. Okay. I'm not one for famous people and things like that. The person that really inspired me is actually my mother, I would say, because despite all of her hardships with disabilities, she was always there for everyone. She was always looking to help everyone and always had a smile on her face. And I really don't know how she did it, because I'm sure I couldn't have done it. I try, but it doesn't come naturally to me. But she had this great ability to be kind, gentle, and inspiring to everybody around her, despite not being able to do stuff herself, and that continued throughout her whole life. So I would pick my mother. I think it's difficult, isn't it? You look perhaps for famous people, whereas I tend to look for somebody that really has got to my heart. And obviously mothers are special to you anyway, but I could see the impact of the things that she did on other people, and it was always very charitable. And even though she was, as I say, disabled herself, she was able to give back even when she was receiving. So it was a brilliant process. So yeah, definitely, no matter what happens, you can crack on and do stuff. And I've learned that, when the chips are down, you can dig within, and you have everything within you to create your own happiness. So yeah, that's what I'm a great believer in. So I don't know if anyone else has differing options that they think, but for me it would definitely be my mother.
So my very inspirational lady for me, definitely my mum, my sisters and family, but for me, I had a teacher at junior school, and she was called Mrs. James, and then Miss James, and then she was married and was called Mrs. Lade. And she was my netball teacher, and I just found her a really fascinating lady, and she was independent and strong, and she was like this really petite, beautiful. She used to come to work and have a beautiful face, and she was just she was petite, so she had these high heel netball trainers, you know, like high heel trainers came out probably, you know, but she had them when I was sort of 7 years old, or she'd be running up and down the netball court in these like 4-inch heels and just be on it, giving up all her time to us girls going out to play sport. And she was really inspirational, and I think that was my sort of, I really want to teach PE, I really want to be a teacher like her. And then when I was qualifying at uni, she actually was at the university interviewing people, and she pulled the back of my hair and said, "Oi!" And I turned around and I was like, oh my goodness, I cried. I mean, we'd lost touch, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy I've seen you, I'm so happy I've seen you. And I was going into secondary, and so she said, oh, come and teach junior, come and teach junior. And again, from then we've not spoke again, but yeah, so she was Miss James, Miss Lade, she was just the most just like a beautiful teacher, and just had so much love, and was so she just was really passionate about our learning, about us being successful. So that was really great. It was really great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you.
I'll go next then. Should I? Are you finished with us? Yeah. I was going to say the same actually. There's my mum as well. She's very. You kind of make you realise to look a little bit closer to home as well, don't you? Because. But yes, my mum does a lot for us and does a lot for the family. And at the moment, she's doing a lot of caring for her mum. So yeah, she's working very hard at the moment, and very inspiring as well. I was also going to mention a lady that I've followed for a long time on Facebook called Cassandra Farron, and she wrote this book, The Girl Who Refused to Quit. And it was about her life, just a short bit about her life, really. But I followed her on Facebook because she was all about empowering women. So it's quite important for today, actually. And then she moved on from that Facebook group, she moved on to do helping people to write books. And it was really good because then she did a collaboration book, which I really liked and read it. And then another lady I met from a networking group who was in that book inspired me to write in the second book she was doing. So she's got these 2 books now, and I'm in this one. I'm in this one, and yeah. So and that was really nice because I wouldn't have written, and I've wanted to write since I was small. And if it wasn't for following her on Facebook and seeing what she does, and then meeting the other lady, I probably wouldn't have written. So it's really nice to have seen that as well. So yeah, so she was, and that's Cassandra Farron, and she's a ghostwriter as well. So if you need anyone to help you write, she helps people write as well. So yeah, she's a really nice lady.
All right, I guess perhaps it's my turn now. I find it fascinating that all of us so far are really choosing real women, you know, women in our lives. And although there are so many women in the past and in the present, there are worldwide famous for their fantastic effort, you know, to improve the world for one thing or another. And I can think several of women like that. But the truth is, I also am inspired by friends and family and people that I get in contact with on a regular basis. For example, just last week, I was inspired by a client who is a woman just like us, and a woman who's facing some challenges and struggling. And I found it an inspiration when a woman is able to bring on the plate all of her weakness and ask for help. I think that is quite inspirational, and it really is the beginning of something so big and so powerful. Mm-hmm. And I find it inspiring for me, who is actually the person helping the client, but I also find it really inspirational because it's a constant reminder of what's all about. This connection with others, asking for help, showing our true colors, what we're about, and asking for help when needed. So yeah, I think every day I'm inspired by somebody that is surrounding me, and I'm fortunate for that. I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Excuse me. Yeah, there's been quite a few women that have inspired me over the years. There's one in particular I will name, Tina Pavlo. She's Angel Lady. I went to school with her, so I knew her when we was both, well, grew up in primary school. So I've seen her develop from being a child that was run around, who's getting into trouble, into the lady is today, and she's brought onto the goddess rooms. She's wrote books. She's just an inspiration. What she's been able to achieve through the years, and she's. If you ever get a chance to go to one of her Red Tent events, do go, because they certainly. I've only done the online ones at the moment, but they are really something. The meditation, she took me up to a different level, which I've never been before. So I really like to go and try that all again. So she's really inspired me throughout my life, and yeah. So it's very good.
And it's interesting you mentioned about, Goddess, because Iris has put her first yoga teacher and her high priestess. So, so it's really interesting about that. And Carla, again, went for family. My grandmother, grandmothers are always great, great inspirations for people. Again, I would have to say it would be my mum and all the women in my family. But I'm literally inspired every day by every woman I come across. Every woman, every day.
Most definitely.
It inspires me, to be the best I can. It's just amazing, and I've been so lucky that I've spoken to so many wonderful women, especially since doing the show. And I've connected with so many different women around the world, and each one of them, there's something I learn, and I get inspired by each and every one. And every time we have our, we have our chats or whatever, it's kind of like, oh my God, so that's happening, and it's just so amazing.
Definitely. Pulling our resources together is quite a powerful thing, isn't it? Just pulling our resources and just kind of, knowing that we've got in that group that we have, one of our groups that we have together, all of those kind of is there ready to listen to us and ready, and we can be heard. Lovely. I love it.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely brilliant, and yeah, we do have conversations that inspire each other, and if we've got issues or anything that we want to share, then then that happens. I mean, Misha, what's been going on in your life recently?
Oh, I'm having 2 grandchildren.
Hey!
Congratulations.
And I kind of remember and remind myself of the vision of the lady with the baby, carrying the eggs for the next generation inside of us. So all of those generations are like a little doll, and I've got my little baby girl who was in my baby, and inside her, inside her ovaries as she developed my womb was my granddaughter that's going to be born soon, and also with Harley, my grandson. So it's just, and then obviously Lily, who we know is having a girl, she's got that kind of those 3 generations within as well, and it's just
lovely,
fabulous.
Beautiful.
So really, really, I'm in, my energy is really high for the babies and for my daughters and for all of it. We're so excited, family. So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And thank you, Suze. Thank you, Susie. Women in my family, friends, clients, new ladies I've met through your group, including you, Ray. So thank you, Susie. That's one. It's nice if you can, you can be part of an inspiration for other women, as well as them being inspirational for you. Mary-Lise, what's going on in your life at the moment?
Well, today there's lots going on at the moment, but today talk about women who go through tough times. Last year, my niece, she lost her little boy, who was only 6 weeks old, and today she's just given birth to another little boy. He's only a few hours old, so it's just so lovely that she went through all that hardship, and she's got this little bundle of joy now, which is lovely.
That's
But it really is. So anyway, I won't cry because I'll ruin my mascara. But at the moment, I've got a lot going on. I'm making lots of jewellery, and I've just got a new plan. I've got to do some pictures today once I'm finished for these packs for the children to help when they're at school, going back to school. So I'm all focused on the kids.
Oh, fantastic.
That's a lovely idea.
It is, yeah, because they're going through a little bit of anxieties, aren't they? So this will help them get through that.
Yeah.
Just a little.
So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so I just we were talking before the show. So what happened with us two, our connection, you know, Marie-Louise, it was just like boom, wasn't it? Obviously crystals for me are a huge support for me when I'm working with clients, and I see the power of crystals when the horses connect so differently with somebody. When they're struggling and they're wearing their crystals, the horses are there and they'll come in. But as soon as the crystal energy and support is taken away and that anxious energy or that overwhelm comes out, the horses, they leave until people are able to really get a grip and get a hold of their emotions. But what we do with the crystals is they are a great support. They're a brilliant support for me. So when I reached out to you and then we met in Costa the next day, and then after that it was just boom, 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 boom.
But it has.
And I think every single one of my young clients that have been connected with me over a big period of time are wearing your bracelets. The parents are wearing their bracelets. The grandmothers are wearing the bracelets. And, during lockdown, anytime anyone reached out to me, I said, just go to Marie-Louise because she's coming to help you before you even get to the horse yard, So, and you was, and it was lovely. And then I was getting bracelets as well because people were gifting them to me, and you've gifted.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, I made a couple, I think, for you.
Yeah.
I'm always wearing mine. It's on now.
Yeah.
I've even got mine on.
Exactly. We are all wearing them because none of us have got it aligned, have we, at all times? No. So we definitely need.
I love the fact that they're bespoke and you make them specifically for what the person needs, and that's lovely. And they're also beautiful as well.
Yeah. They come from the heart. It's like somebody would tell me what's going on, and then I get all the crystals out, what I believe that they need. And quite often I'll get other crystals that jump out at me that when I put it together with the bracelet and I discuss with the person why I've put that one on, and it's, oh yeah, I didn't really tell you that bit. So it's almost like, well, it is. It's psychic energy connecting and saying that's what you need.
It is,
definitely your intuition kicking in.
Oh, most definitely. Does that more times than anything at the moment. It's all good.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I mean, for me personally, I've got crystals that are completely repel me, and literally give me a sick feeling, or my legs go completely from underneath me with a certain types of crystals, especially the dark ones. I don't know what they're called. And then tourmaline, that's all. Something like Type again, which I find really overpowering as well. And then you've got the softer ones that I just feel like that loving energy, and it's just so lovely, isn't it? And I drive home often because I forgot to put them on. I think, oh, what have I got going on in here? And I'm feeling a bit, and then I think, oh,
bracelets,
crystals, go home, put them on. Doesn't matter if you're late.
Exactly.
You know, transfer your stuff, so it really help you just help other people.
Definitely. Yeah, it's all good.
Where's our host?
So Natalie, what have you got going on?
Oh, well, I haven't got going. We've been trying to deal with our homeschool. The school's gone back now, so that was my big thing today. I've got quite a lot work on at the moment with my Forever stuff, and the dancers are all meant to be going back soon to in the halls in April, so we're looking at that as well. But yeah, so really it's mostly helping people with their health, and there's a lot of people still with their immunity. They're trying to lose their immunity. So the yellow is helping a lot, and some of our all of our vitamins and things like that are natural, really helping them as well. But the yellow really helps, even if you're eating really well. The yellow will help absorb all the nutrients. So it's really key to kind of make sure that you just stay healthy and drink plenty of water as well. So I'm just I'm trying to think what I've got loads going on, but nothing's coming to my head what I was supposed to be doing. I'm currently writing as well. I'm still writing at the moment. A story. I've just finished a story in a fiction book as well. So that'll be interesting because I was a little bit anxious about that all week before I handed it in. So yeah, that should be out soon. With a collaboration one. Yeah. So that would be good. And it was there's another one about my 2020, which was about mental health, a book with it's kind of got quite a few different people in there, with a lady called Jessica. I've forgotten the name now. My mind's gone blank. But we're writing it. She's doing a children's one as well.
Oh,
and,
brilliant.
Yeah, and she's doing an adult one. So it's all about writing down how you felt your 2020 was in a positive way, or just generally. There's no kind of right or wrong. It's about how you felt and how you dealt with it. So it's been a really nice project for her and for everyone that's writing in it. So, and it's just really nice to kind of have a focus on what you're writing sometimes as well. But just been doing that just for to keep my hand in the writing bit, really. Otherwise I'd stop and not do it again for a while. And it's really nice, current therapeutic to write.
Oh gosh, definitely.
Yeah. So I've been enjoying that.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Quite nice for people to be writing about last year in a positive trait. I mean, there's obviously been a lot of tragedy and a lot of hardship, but I found that also a lot of positives have come out. Me for one, I've met a group of wonderful women. We've had some wonderful events and we've collaborated. So that's really been a bonus for me. So, and I think having women around you that support you is so important, isn't it? We all support each other. Not everybody's good all the time is the reality. It is hard at times, and especially with all the different therapies that we can offer, we all collaborate and help each other as well, because even if we're helping other people, we still need to make sure that we're okay. So that's quite important as well.
And it is
lovely,
because we do help each other out. Someone will say, "Oh, I need something." Oh, yeah, do you want some angelic reiki, or do you want some sound healing, or or whatever?
No, I think it's lovely that we have so many different modalities that we are involved in, and some have lots and some have only a few, but we all found something in common that we can share with other people and share with ourselves. So, it's been very inspirational.
Yeah. How are things going with the bees?
The bees, well, the weather's very cold, so the bees are only just starting to emerge from their hives. On a good day like today, they were flying. So we don't look at them until the weather warms up a little bit, because opening a hive is obviously going to make them cold and stuff. So in a few weeks' time, we should be finding out how they've survived over winter. Some may not have made it, but we'll wait and see. And we're hopeful that we still have a lot of colonies going, and then we shall be starting to put honey supers out and getting busy. And at the same time, we want to be starting our courses, hopefully, if people are able to do actual real courses. Otherwise, we're going to be offering online courses. So yeah, to get people out there, because it is the start of the bee season. Obviously, spring is a big time of year, so yeah, it'll start to get busy.
Yeah, and Jane's honey is absolutely gorgeous. I've got to admit I'm biased on it, but it's absolutely lovely.
I think it's I think a lot of people, some people say, oh, I don't like honey, but I think that's really down to, I have to say, the supermarket honey that people have been brought up on is really not great quality. If you go and get honey fresh out the hive and you jar that and it has nothing done to it, then it has all the goodness, all the properties that are good for you and your immunity and everything. And people, you know, take a taste of our honey and they're like, oh wow, this is really good. This isn't what I'm used to, or I don't remember it being like this. And I think it's because people were out of touch with the actual real product. So it's really nice. You know, we don't have any problem selling our honey. People absolutely love it, I have to say. I mean, we use it all the time as well. And we're starting to use it in cooking and things like that. So experimenting with it. So many good uses and so many uses. So thank you, Ray.
Oh, that's okay. Well, it is gorgeous honey. In fact, Susie says delicious. Oh my god, Susie. Yeah. Next, when you can actually come round again, I'll actually give you some of Jane's honey. It's absolutely gorgeous. And that. So, Laura Denner, what's going on in your life at the moment?
Yes, well, I think I feel that spring is coming, so I feel the promise is out there. It's been a tough year for all of us with this pandemic, which has affected so many of us and at so many levels, you know, from mental state to finances and worries, all sorts of things. So I'm preparing myself to have extra space for all the people that will be in need of my support, because sadly there is a lot of that need. Children having been unable to go to school, they've been isolated and losing all the social skills and lots of other things. And women, you know, and as well as fathers and mothers, so of course parents in general, having been in the role of being parents as well as teachers and working from home and all of that. So it's been really difficult for a lot of people. So I think now a lot of us are ready to just make a change. And we're all really looking forward for this lockdown to ease once and for all. Fingers crossed soon enough. But the one thing I notice by talking to people is that we're all missing that connection with others, because if there is one thing that we were able to learn clearly through these terrible times is how strong we all feel this connection with others. You know, we as a species, women, humans, we are to be together with others, and we suffer when we're not. That is the truth. And we miss friends, we miss having a hug, and it's been very challenging. So I'm preparing myself to embrace all that comes my way and hopefully be able to hug and actually embrace some friends that I've been missing lots, and family. My family is in Italy, my mother, and I haven't seen her since August of last year, which was only for 3 days. So I miss her dearly, and I'm sure there are many people like me, you know, unable to be together with the loved ones. So I would like to, I hope that what we learn from these terrible times really is that we can count on others in different ways. You know, we all found ways to connect and support each other through Zoom, through these live platforms, all sorts of things. But it is important to do that, because we need to continue to reach out to others one way or another. And for this reason, I think today, being Women's International Day, I really want to say thank you to all those women from the past and the present who continue to pave their way for others in life, you know, and we find ways of doing it, which could be, again, by social media or any other way. But I think it's very important. We can inspire others and we can help others and show the way to others, which is paramount really to to make a difference in this world, I think.
Yeah. So whereabouts are you based? Because believe it or not, although we all chat to each other, and most of us are down in Kent, Lord Dinner isn't.
Yeah, I am actually in Hertfordshire in Tring. So it's UK for those that perhaps are watching us from other countries. But it's in UK. It's a lovely, lovely countryside. I'm near a village, which is a gorgeous small village, but I'm actually in the middle of the country where I am with my 2 horses. And the one thing that I can provide is peace and quiet for people to rediscover themselves and reconnect to their true self through my horses. Well, myself a little bit, but really it's the horses that are the true teachers. So.
Yeah. Horses are sort of like the main teachers for us, and that, and obviously Michelle works with the with the horses as well. So we'll bring her back in. We'll bring her back in a minute, and then maybe you can both say something about the horses. And that, and what's going on in my life. What is going on in my life is the answer to that one. I'm so gearing up to being able to run retreats down in Glastonbury again, because it is going to open up, and I am going to be running retreats down in Glastonbury. I am going to be running workshops, angelic Reiki, future life progression practitioner training. In fact, I'm going to be running one on the 16th, 17th and 18th of April this year. So I'm actually really sort of like getting things ready and prepared now to actually run that workshop, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. And of course, I still do have some spaces left if anyone wants any. Get that one in there. But also working on lots of stuff, behind the scenes that some of you may know about, some may not, and I'm not going to give it away because it'll be interesting when I actually do it, and some are involved, some aren't, and again it's that collaboration thing, working with other people, and that, because Michelle and I have worked together. Jane and I've worked together. We all tend to work with each other, and we can all help each other. And obviously, Michelle, who's now back on screen.
I'm doing?
There you are.
I'm just sharing this video to all of our groups. So you might have shared them already. So Marie Louise, I've just shared it to your bag. I'm sharing it to all the groups that I can do. So there might be some people going, "Oh, what a cheeky move, sharing in our group." Obviously, love and light, they can just stop our videos. But no, I might even. Should I share it in the business itself? Yeah, why not? So Longfield's ladies latte? Yeah, cool. Why not?
I think I did that. Yeah, I think I did that one. But yeah, do it again.
I'm sharing. About the Witches Hideaway. I think they'd love that. Let's share it. I think, women connecting with women. Yeah, I think they're going to love it, aren't they? They're going to want us to share. So, and if they don't, then and there's a Leap Graduates one. Shall I share it in that? What do you reckon?
Go for it.
No. Yes. Are you going to say no? It's up to you.
Okay.
I think that was a reluctant yes.
No, I'm not sure. I want a hell yeah. But what about anyways, I don't know. What about one of my own groups? No, I've done all of mine, so
yeah.
Oh, what about Towels Network? I think Towels Network would love us there as well, wouldn't they? I'm sure Sharon will be watching us at some point and wondering why didn't we drag her in? But to be fair, we know she's got lots going on, so but always in our hearts as well. So, but yeah. So I went offline earlier. Did you notice that I was gone?
I did. You kind of like disappeared on us, and it was like, oh, okay, Michelle's gone. Let's put someone back up.
Yeah,
and
I wanted to download, and I clicked no thanks, and everything just shut down. And I thought, oh blimey, and then I just shut myself up.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. And of course, we've got a wellbeing event coming up as well this year that we're going to be doing, aren't we?
Yet another one, yeah. So I mean, that's really, it's so the whole sort of purpose of the wellbeing event again is to raise funds. I mean, last year in lockdown was tough, and it was tough for everybody. And all of a sudden, I just had to recreate stuff and have to think out the box, and because we didn't get any funding from the government. Yes, we're a non-for-profit, company, and that means I don't draw a wage from that business whatsoever. But I'm hoping that in a few, months down the line that's going to change. But because I'd like to be paid for what I do in terms of working with young people and adults, but what it does do is it does pay for the horses. It does pay for for me to then I don't have to have a salary in that sense. So we create the Wellbeing Day, and you all came. So it was like I just sort of went, I need a lifeline here. I've got the space. You guys have got the business. Let's do. I think I went crazy. I was like, let's do 16 workshops and let's do this and that. And it was supposed to be in June. And then obviously we all got shut down. And then I think it was Sharon Lynn, bless her heart, saying to me, "Oi, I've paid you 75 quid for a stable. You're going to run this bloody event or not?" And I went, "Well, are you coming if I run it?" And she said, "Yeah." And then I went, "Well, then I'm running it." So then everyone just went bop, bop, bop. Money came in. I think I would say that day probably brought £2,000 into the business. And I think everybody that came over had some success from it. I mean, it felt to me like everybody was generating energy for everybody. I remember Ray was booked out front to back all day long. Your workshops had a massive following. There was loads of people in the workshops. We all met each other. We all got to know each other. And for me, it was like, even if we're just networking today and nobody walks through the door, we're getting together where, if there's 40 stands there and 40 people walk around and connect with 40 people, then, you've made those contacts. And if you've got 40 emails, you can all create and share with each other. But actually, people did come through the door. We all had people connecting to our workshops. People were having therapies. They were having crystal bracelets. They were buying Forever products. They were I think 2 of my daughters went and spent a ton of money on the makeup, and I can't remember, what's that makeup called? Help me out there. Tropics, excellent. So Tropics Reddery will garrot me for that. But yeah, the Tropic makeup. One of my daughters is now an ambassador for Tropic. They went and spent a ton of dough on the Tropic stuff, and their skin actually, they really do love makeup and whatever, so their skin's all the better for it. Harley had Reiki with you, I think, Ray, didn't she? And she had, and then she had Reiki with somebody else as well. So it was just such a good day. And I've got a photo of, and I'm going to say Sharon Lynn again. She's got this beam of light coming out of her head. And it's just this amazing photo, and I just feel, she carried the space. Somebody pulled out at the last minute, so she had everyone in her workshop, last workshop of the day, and it was just phenomenal. So I know I've banged on about it, but again, it's what we do. We come to, Jane was there. I was drinking out the bottle with Jane, all her apple juice. I was necking that every time I had a chance, and honey, and I've bought those lovely fairy chairs for the yard, and obviously having everyone there, it was just amazing. And then it just led to more and more, didn't it? We had that lovely fire event where we did Samhain, and we all danced around the fire at the end, and
we did.
No, it's brilliant. The connections we have are brilliant, aren't they? The way that things just fall into place, and you don't know what you're looking for, but you find those connections, and everybody works off each other. So I think it's wonderful how all of us, and it is all women actually, isn't it, do just work together and collaborate. It's what we do. We're doers. If we go and do stuff, something needs doing, somebody will know somebody who can do it. So
and that money fed the horses over the winter. So lockdown was hard. we was running on the back foot. I was thinking about maybe doing some supply days, doing some, but there was nothing about. And all of a sudden, there's money in the account again, and the horses were eating hay. So it was great. It was great. So I was just grateful to every single person that shares and connects, because we're not a charity, but we are not for profit, and that money just kept it all going, and we carried on working too. So it was lovely. Yeah.
That was brilliant, and it'll be great as well this year when we do it.
Oh, it's going to be even better.
It's going to be even better.
It's going to be. It's actually, you can feel it coming in, can't you? It's going to be huge, and who's doing a workshop? Put your hands up if you're doing a workshop. Yay! Put your hands up if you're bringing a business. Yay! We're all going to be doing it. We're going to be sharing again, and selling what we have, and everything we have is so lovely. It's so soulful, and it's just real. It's what we want to do. It's what we've got a passion for, and I think it just reaches out to everyone, doesn't it, and just creates a good day. So
yeah, it does. And if there's anyone watching this who also came to last year's wellbeing, or is coming to this year's one as well, running a workshop or anything, type it in the comments, or let us know.
Susie, when is it? I don't know. I can't remember. I think it's the 10th of July, isn't it? This year?
I don't actually have my diary with me, but yeah.
I think it's a Saturday in July. I think it's the 10th of July. And I'm asking for everybody who's running a workshop to just get their post together, get your post together. And you know what I mean when I say post?
Yeah.
Get it together so I can put the links up and people can book onto your workshops, and we can start sharing what we do, and we can get more and more people over there.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant, Susie. You're going to be there. And it was brilliant last year, and I'm so looking forward to doing it again this year, because it's going to be absolutely brilliant to do it. Yeah. And of course, I think it's something we're going to need as well, because I don't know if you've all noticed that where sort of like they're talking about coming out of this lockdown now. And obviously, people know that mental health issues have come up quite a lot. Is that more and more people are going to need therapies? Hi, sweetheart. Hello.
This lady.
What's her name?
It is the 10th of July.
This is Orla.
Hi, Orla. You're going to say hello, Orla?
You're going to say hello?
Hello.
I'm going to inspire her, hopefully, to work hard and be amazing. She already is. She's quite funny.
Children are amazing, but again, that's something that we've also got to think about their mental health as well, because we are going to be seeing, I already know of people that are slightly agoraphobic now, and they are dreading the lockdown lifting and actually going out. And I think we're all going to be needed, and that and that's you, lady, or everyone watching the show as well. People are going to need you. They're going to need someone to listen to them. They're going to need someone to help them.
Absolutely. I think it's very important, that people are more conscious about mental health and talking about it now, which is great, but they also need to do something about it and help themselves, and go and chat with someone and find what therapy or modality works for you. Because there's so many things out there, nothing's going to fit everybody, but you can find stuff quite easily just talking to people and getting recommendations and trying things. I know a lot of people are skeptical in the run-of-the-mill kind of world to reach out to these different things, and I probably would have been one of them at some point, but so beneficial and so simple, the steps you can take to look after yourself and do stuff, even if it's as simple as just going outside and connecting with nature, which is what we're obviously all about. But there are so many therapies and lovely people on here and in these groups that can really truly help people to get over these hurdles that they're going to come across. And I think you're right that the children are especially going to need people to hear them, and you guys are out there hopefully picking up the pieces and getting them to help themselves and move on and grow in the right way now. So it'd be refreshing for everyone to go out, but like Ray mentioned, some people are actually quite frightened about going out, and that's really sad, isn't it? And it's just being aware and keeping an eye out for those people and making sure that they're supported. And that's what we girls are all good at doing.
Yeah.
Is supporting people, talking to them, and recommending other people maybe that can help them. So yeah, very important. I'm sure that the schools are going to have a lot of work for you guys to do. Michelle, you're going to be very busy with stuff, and I think you are already. It's coming into that busy time of year, aren't you, where everyone's going to go back and need some support. And Marie, your crystal thumb stones for kids, just simple little thing like that really isn't very expensive at all. I mean, I don't know how much a stone's for, but it's pocket money, change that can make a massive difference to a child that is frightened, going back this week. It's very daunting going back into school. Lockdown's not completely gone, so they're almost being like a test case, the guinea pigs for this, and they're quite frightened. I'm sure a lot of kids are very anxious, so they need to learn to support each other with these collaborations with their friends, and that it's okay to talk about it. I think it's very very important that people reach out and just say, I'm a bit frightened to walk into my class and meet these people. I've been up room on a computer for a year, which has been really alien, but I've got used to it now. And I am worried, and it's nice that people can reach out and do that. And I'm sure you've got plenty of ideas for other things that will help.
Yeah, it is very worrying. I know from my point, my grandson who's at school, he started in reception class last September, and obviously he was only in reception for one day, and then obviously then they went into lockdown, and it's only been in a few times in the whole of the year to the school, and he just is scared to go outside because he's been indoors all that time, although they've been in the garden and that. They played outside in the garden out front, but my daughter took him out to walk to the shop, and a leaf brushed past him, and you'd have thought it was the end of the world. It's just very hard for kids. They don't know because they're so vulnerable, and this is why I want to be able to do something for them. And these thumbstones, they're about this size, but they're round with a little dent in them, and they're flat, so they can put them in their shoe if they don't want to lose them, if they want to keep them close by. And just £2. And they're just they're gonna come in what I call the gentle stones. So it'll be something like a gentle stone, which is a rose quartz, an amethyst, sunstone, clear quartz. They're all my loving, my nurturing stones, which I tend to use more with the kids, because I find they can accept them more when they're so gentle. And plus you don't
I think that's a lovely idea.
And plus you don't want a lot of what I call the harsher stones with the kids really until they need a little bit more help later on. So hopefully I can do my bit to help them.
Yeah. And what about you, Lorna? You work with, you do similar stuff to Michelle, don't you?
Yes, we have actually graduated, both of us, from this organization, very well known actually in the field, called LEAP, and
Oh, wow.
we practice equine facilitated learning. It's called, which means that we work with the horses from the ground, and we do all sorts of activities with them to really make people aware of what they're about, I'll say, right, Michelle? That's how we can put it. Horses are prey animals, so as such, they react to what's around them, which could be a person, so our clients, or anything else around them. So they're highly intuitive to what's around them and to the energy around them. And they react immediately to that, giving us an instant feedback. So by interacting with the horses, we have the opportunity to understand what we're about, how our body language comes across others, how our energy affects others. So we can really learn a lot just by being around the horses. So we don't need to ride them. We just, again, these are all exercises from the ground. But it's about really experiencing being in the moment, like horses are all the time. So be present in the moment, learn to be congruent, because the horses don't do anything but congruence. They're just honest and just absolutely spot on in everything really as well. And the thing about horses too is that they're able to let you understand even before you know about a problem. They bring it out on you in a way. So they can highlight in a way certain things. They make you aware of your weaknesses, but also your strength, I will say. Do you agree, Michelle?
Yeah, I mean, they may not give you what you want, but they definitely give you what you need. So in terms of, you know, you some people may just, you know, they may just want to hang off and hold and cuddle the horses, but actually, you know, what they're really teaching people to be is kind of on their own 2 feet eventually, and be able to manage themselves and recognize, like you say, when people are sending out this really kind of the victim energy, or that kind of, you know, the stance that people put themselves into, by not living in that present moment where you are just letting go of everything that's gone and everything that's coming in. And it's such a good lesson for me, and you know, for all of us, to just say, whoa, like, let's just be here and let's just watch where our feet are going. You know, one of the first things I say to my clients is, feel your feet on the ground. You know, feel as your foot touches that soil, touches that earth, because you know what your yard's like. This time of year, it's not too bad, but a couple of months ago, it was a slippery, muddy ice. And I would say, feel your feet on the ground, because people just want to get to the next thing, and they find themselves tripping over themselves. So it's all of those lovely things about connecting with nature. And of course, as you said, the horses are prey animals, and when you're giving off adrenaline and when your heart's racing, they've got it. They know it, they hear it, they sense it, and all they want to do is be with someone who's really calm and sort of in that present moment. And leave and walk away if someone's not accepting themselves for what they are. And it's not about, you know, letting go. It's just about accepting it all, your shadows and your light and your, I don't want to, you know, your sugar and your glitter, you know what I'm saying? It's like all of it, the whole thing. So they are amazing. And I really just set the space up, and then I step back, because I've got to be honest with you, there are some days where I think, they're picking up on me. Are they picking up on me? Is this my stuff? So I take a few more steps back, because, you know, we can't always be aligned, and that's why crystals are great. We can't always have all our ducks in a row. I'm not always in this, you know, because I've got a family and children and life and bills, and I have no control of any of it. You know, it's, if it's going well, there's you know, it's hopes and prayers, luck, and all the rest of it. So I have to step back so that they're not, you know, they're not sensing my stuff as well. So it is that good, it's that great. And you know when it's about someone else, and you know when it's about you, and that's to work with your energy. And you know when what's going on you is connecting to someone else and it's triggering you, and you know when it's your stuff and you need to deal with it. So you know, you can drop people's stuff and send it back to them, and you can work on your own stuff. And that's what we all do, isn't it? That's what we all teach. So
yeah. What's amazing too is the fact that by learning to be in the present moment, if you think about it, all anxiety, depression, they're all things that we are not, they don't go with the present moment, because it's either we're anxious about something that it's about to happen, so the future, or our depression is about something that just maybe had happened already. So if we can only focus on the present moment and just be and understand what it means to just be in the quiet moment, we can clear our mind, we can clear our heart, and we can actually find ourselves and reconnect with our true self. It's actually difficult for a lot of people to be able to just be. We're all so busy in our lives, you know, running a busy schedule, running to work, running errands, and it's becoming the normality for so many of us for so long that we actually don't know what to do with ourselves when we're standing quietly. And and it can be very challenging, but that's where we can find so many answers, when we can quiet our minds and our heart and just like being able to experience what's around us. I actually spend many hours every day here at the yard with my horses, and it's a choice, because it's my well-being, it's me taking care of myself. And I need that, not just for myself, but I need it so that then I can be the person that can help others, which is what I want. This is my mission in life. And I feel that just by being around the horses and out in the outdoors, in contact with nature, that's where I find my balance. That is where I can actually find the truth about things. You know, we worry about so many things and we sweat the small things, and then I look at the horses and I realize, you know what? they're not bothered that it's pouring down on them with rain. You know, they know the sun will shine again. They don't worry if they will be fed in an hour or two. Right now, they're enjoying their hay or they're grazing in the field. It's just living in the moment, and we can really learn from that. You know, because if we do that, we start to realize how much is around us already. We're so busy looking for something bigger out there, something that we think we miss or we want. But in reality, we're so fortunate already that we already have so much around us. We just don't put enough. We don't have enough attention for those things, I think. And again, it's because we don't take the time to just stay quiet for a minute, just 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we do. We're always busy rushing around and everything. You know, that's why I like working with the past and the future, because when people start clearing their past, they're not worried about it, so they're fully present. And when they see what their future is and where that's going, you know, and they're not worrying about it, they're fully present, so they can actually enjoy the time. And I'm guessing, Natalie, with your products as well, you know, when they're using the aloe vera and stuff, and that again, it's taking care of yourself, and it's giving you that time to be present for yourself.
Yeah, and I think Michelle, in her live the other day that she did about the aloe as well, she said about looking after herself, and then how in her past she would have said that was selfish, looking after herself. And it's so true, because we all think, especially if you spend money on it, you feel like, oh, I should really be using that money on something else, to treat my children to something. But at the same time, if you're not looking after yourself and you're not healthy in 10 years time to be there for them, then you're not at your highest energy to be able to look after them anyway. It's kind of defeats the object as well, doesn't it? Because you can buy them stuff, but it's you they want there as well. So you need, it's really about looking after you and really care. And even since I've been doing the Forever products, I've looked at myself a lot more. I've been doing tapping as well, just for myself. I did start a course. I haven't actually done a lot with it. It's kind of like just little bits to help me all the way through. But it's really nice because it's helped me with quite a few things. And I know Red does it. I don't know if anyone else does the tapping. but it's really helped with pain when I've had pain in my joints and stuff, and getting my mindset properly into things as well. If I've been feeling a bit negative about something, I've been using the tapping, and it's really helped. So yeah, I recommend that as well.
Yeah,
really good.
Redry, actually, I did some tapping with Redry, and it was about some stuff where I was disconnected from some really lovely loved ones, and there was a big disconnection. It was way before COVID, and with Redry, she took one word out of my sentence and it just healed the gap, and it just healed the gap, and it was a grain, and she kept going on about the grain that, you know, and she's going to take this grain and stitch, and it was just, I'm getting such an energy rush now. It was just so powerful. We've all come back together, and it's just such a blessed I'm, you know, I'm not going to we've come back together as a family again, and I feel this family unit, you know, around me, and I feel this really lovely, you know, this lovely feeling from us all connecting again, and it I mean, the tapping really, really, really helped me to let go of my poxy ego. I love my ego, don't get me wrong. Bit poxy. So yeah.
And it is really talking about you talk about yourself in it, don't you? You talk about how you are feeling, and it could be really rubbish, but you tell yourself that's your story you're telling yourself, and then you end up coming out through the end of telling yourself that the positives as well. So yeah. It's really, really lovely.
Amazing. Amazing with it. But just quickly going back to your products, Natalie, because we plug. So I've had so many people say to me, God, have you lost weight? No, I haven't. I keep thinking, no, I haven't. But I put this bodycon dress on, and I don't want to stand up and show you me. I'm not, because this ain't what this is about. But your products, because I was eating, I weren't doing food prep very well, and I did say, you know, I was like, takeaway. That was just one day, 1, 2, 3, and you can have 3 takeaways in a day, and it's, you know, all it does is make you think, oh my God, I'm so terrible. And then you have it again the next day. But I knew I needed to do something definite, and I was definitely getting into a flag and a lull. And of course, what can you spend your money on? I mean, for me, food is my biggest pleasure in life. I love good food. You know, there are things that I just enjoy so much. So I was really being greedy with takeaways. And then I knew it weren't right because of all the sugar intake. You've got no control what's going in your body. It tastes good, and then you feel bad after. So I thought, if I remember saying to you, so if I spend 100 quid on your product, what's it going to do for me? 100 quid, because that's what I spend on a massage once a month. And I didn't know, and I said, just send me the stuff. And I've literally got a little bit left of my first juice bottle, and that's nearly 2 weeks into it. So those juice bottles, I think, are going to take me right the way through the 8 weeks. I think I'm going to be replacing my tablets, but I don't know, because I seem to have I'm taking my tablets twice a day and the one in the morning. And I don't care about weight. I'm not a weight person. I don't care about what people look like. People are lovely, and I couldn't care less, and that's the same for myself. But I've got more spring in my step. I'm getting up early in the morning. I'm making the bed. All of those sorts of things, all those little basic things. And it is about self-care. And I've got more spring in my step. And people are saying to me, you look like you lost weight. I'm not trying, but I am definitely more thoughtful about what's going into the tummy, you know, like the food. So yeah.
I think it's the mindset as well, isn't it? You know, you're looking at yourself to care for yourself, so you're not putting the bad stuff in as much either. No. So it's balancing itself out, which is really good. And
I am not a drinker. I don't drink alcohol. Really, very, very rarely. I'm a celebratory drinker. If I'm going to drink alcohol, I'm going to drink it well. I'm going to drink champagne, or I'm going to drink really, really good brandy, and I'm not going to mix it with Coke or any ice or anything. It's going to be that good that you can taste it and it don't make you go. You know, that's what I like to do, and it's not often. And I don't like to feel myself, you know, get swayy or I like to enjoy the drink, and then I like to be able to, you know, walk home in my high heels. So that's how I ever drink. So I'm not, you know, but what goes, you know, I really do enjoy eating good food and, you know, drinking nice things, and that product to me is just like I'm putting in a really good health kick into my system without actually changing too much.
Yeah.
Really done a lot. So yeah, thank you. And I didn't do it to sort of plug your sales. Well, I'd obviously love to help out my mate, but I did it for I'm doing it for me. When I took that first drink on the first vlog, I thought, and I went at first, but now I'm just knocking it back. I don't have a drink. I know it's good. You know, I can't even drink Lemsip. If I can't, I'd rather be ill than drink a Lemsip because they're vile. And you can swallow that drink pretty easy. That shot glass really helps. It makes I down it, and I have my tablets, and it does feel nice. And then, you know, I sort of then maintain that sort of good-ish eating for the rest of the day. I had a Mars bar today, and I've been to Burger Van, and I had a cheese toasty and take away. So, and I'm still my middle's going in. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's helping me, which is the main reason I want to help other people, because obviously a lot of people think you get into it because you just want to sell stuff, but I'm not a seller. I'm really rubbish at selling.
Oh no, you was awful.
But when you know you've tried things and they've actually worked, and it's done stuff for you, you know that. Well, I might, because I bought the box really because I just wanted to save my money. Yeah. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to be selling this to people because I can't sell things. I was imagining like someone keep calling people up and being marketing, and I was like, that wouldn't be me. So yeah, so I didn't go into it at first. Then I was like, actually, I keep recommending this to people. Why am I not just recommending it more? So yeah.
It is really good. I suggest that everybody has a little dabble of it, because I've been on it for nearly 2 weeks now, isn't it? Or is it? It was a Wednesday.
Yeah, this is probably a third week, is it?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
I don't know, but I'm nearly through one bottle. So whatever how many days you get in a bottle, I don't know. But I'm nearly through one.
Depends how much you spilled, because you shook it. And
I only spilled a drip. I only spilled a drip. Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it? I'm so cool now. I just shake the bottle.
Wait, it was a really good video, I have to admit.
It was.
I know. And the Forever Book as well. We all know the Forever Book, right? Do we know the Forever Book?
I've not read it.
It was, you need to. It'll make you wet yourself. Around our class at Dartford Grammar School, when everyone wrote in the margin like, whoa, you know, it was all about rude bits. So yeah, no, it's a good book.
No, they didn't have that at my school.
I finished at school. I never came there, and I never did the Nova Castle Bridge, but the Forever Book. Oh yeah, I've read that twice.
What can I say to that? Yeah, but self-care is really important. You know, with what you do and how you do it, and as you said, you don't need to change your whole lifestyle. You can just do small bits and pieces, which are absolutely brilliant. So Iris says on that question, you look after yourself.
With cutting out so much sweet stuff.
Could do with going to stuff. Yeah, sweet stuff, sugar.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm addicted to sugar. that's my biggest weakness, is sugar, and so that is in my New Year's resolutions a little bit later. So I am.
You could use the tap-in for your sugar.
Well, that's what I was looking at. I did see somebody do a demonstration a while back, so it's something I have looked into to cut out the sugar, and also a lot of the dairy, because I find that causes me issues as well. So definitely try the tap-in for that. And so
ask Reddery to do a specific broadcast for tap-in for sugar. Then maybe if people committed to that, maybe then Natalie, you could maybe sell some of your lovely stuff as well, and then if people would have such a quick, I think people would have a quick turnaround in sort of, you want to cut out sugar and you want to bring some gut rebalancing, isn't it? I mean, I know that stuff work, but what does it do? The drink, what does the aloe do?
The aloe is more, it helps your nutrients to go into your system as well to help with the digestive system. Your probiotic that you're taking is the one that's helping your gut really as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's killing. That's that's your good bacteria,
Oh, okay.
and it's balancing out the bad bacteria. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I've got to be honest with you, and this might sound a bit, and we are all women, and you know it might be around season, but I have those drinks, and I'm regular as clockwork. I'm in and out. It's you know it's all quick and easy, and then it's lovely. You know, like my stomach and all the rest of it. I'm not feeling that sluggish feeling. Do you know what I mean? I'm good. I'm good to go. I'm hot to trot. I'm light on my feet. You know what I'm saying? No, it's good. It's good. I'm really not trying to plug anyone individually or more than anyone else, but I think as a collective, I think we had that chat, and when we can all share our stuff, and like we do, don't we? We do these rotational where we all get together and we share what we do. We share our healing. You know, I know there's a few of us on here, but there's more of us in our group, and we then share each other's stuff. And I love it. I love how we come together as a group of women.
And that question that's talking has given me an inspiration that I will probably do a guided meditation with regards to sugar and dairy.
Yes.
That's a lovely idea.
You know, that's kind of like what I was listening to. Okay, why don't I just do one of those?
Because it is an addiction, isn't it? It's an addiction, so it's an easy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an addiction. Sugar, you know, sugar and that, and it's obviously natural things like honey.
Absolutely, there are natural sugars, aren't they? So you can incorporate them in your diet if you're sensible.
I was going to say, but not sort of like just literally substitute that completely. It is cutting down on the sugar as well as.
It is, yeah. I think you know, like fruit and natural sugars are a good way to start bridging the gap from being just all processed sugars. And it's very hard for people, you know, because it is addictive to come off it.
Yeah. See, even Sue's wants it. Yes, please, too much sugar in diet.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Good idea. That'd be lovely.
Yeah. You see, I'm starting to think here. You know, it could be we could do something like this kind of. Or a workshop via Zoom where we can have the tap-in, the forever about the natural honey, the guided meditation. I see, and then this is the beauty why I love having these conversations and working. It's not even working, it is just having conversations with other women, because different things spark off different ideas, and you can do collaborations and you can do, and that's what I think is so powerful about women coming together. Is that we do spark these ideas, and we create this collective energy amongst us that can go out and do so many amazing things.
Absolutely.
No, I think it's wonderful how we just chat and then ideas come up, and then there'll be somebody that say, "Oh, we could do that this way," or "Have you heard about that?" And it is, you know, that's what communication is all about, isn't it? And working with community and collaborations between people are fantastic. How you bounce ideas off each other, and thank goodness we found that technology can still keep us connected, because without that, people would be really struggling right now. You know, we have had the ability to use Zoom, and we have had the ability to do things online, and people have actually managed to have some form of contact. Okay, we would have had phone perhaps, but you know, just to see your face and say hi and stuff is just great, isn't it? And that's what things are all about. And coming up with these ideas is brilliant. I mean, you never know what you're going to get when we get together and chat. There's normally something comes out of it.
So ladies, I have a question for you all. I think, you know, talking about self-care, how many of you actually practice that without feeling guilty?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
me, absolutely.
Yeah,
I could do more. Definitely could do more. But yeah, I always start the day with a meditation, and and I also end the day with a meditation. And in between, I do try and do my best to be mindful of everything I'm doing, really, because a lot of it is mindfulness, isn't it? You're mindful of what you're putting in your body, what you're doing out there to, because I have fibromyalgia, which is quite a common condition, so I have to be thinking of what I'm doing for the impact that it's going to have on me. Because, for example, I can't go and do a 2-mile walk around the fields, because I know the next day I'll be on my back, because I wouldn't be able to cope with that. So yeah, I have to be mindful of what I'm doing, and try and do the self-care as much as I can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I asked the question because I realized that there are so many other people out there that sadly feel guilty about caring for themselves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's as if everybody else needs to come first, and that is our role as mothers or as carers to just, make sure the other people are taken care of. But the truth is, we should come first, because we can't help others unless we care for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So we should be very careful not to make that mistake, and to do it with that cautiousness, and be mindful about it, like you were saying, Louise, without feeling guilty at all. There's nothing to feel guilty about.
No, not at all.
On the contrary, we're being very responsible, and really, we'll be helping others by doing this as well, not just us.
You're such a better person if you look after yourself, aren't you?
Oh, God, yeah.
I never did that. Never did that till a few years ago, and you would always just be looking to do this for that person and do that for that person, and I still do those things, but sometimes I'm mindful that I have to be able to do it. I have to be good myself, and you shouldn't feel guilty, but we're almost brought up in a culture where you feel guilty if you have a massage or a therapy or things like that. It's like a treat. It shouldn't actually be. It's part of really looking after who you are and stuff like that. And it's so beneficial. And even just simple things as having a cleansing shower or something like that with salts, and a bath with salts is really good for your self-care, just to cleanse you and get you into a better place. And they're simple things we almost forget in the speed that the world is going at, to actually slow down and go, okay, you don't have to do the things, still get done, funny enough, because you're a lot more efficient. You sort of think, oh, I can't possibly stop and do that and take 20 minutes for a shower or whatever, and wash my hair, whatever. You get more done if you're in a better space yourself.
Of course you do, definitely. Yeah, and I find if I make time to do something for myself, then it makes me feel a lot better of doing something for somebody else. That for example, if make sure I get myself, have my shower, and I'm not rushing, then I can go out. Well, obviously, once we're out of lockdown, I can go out and spend time with the grandchildren without feeling rushed, because that is important time for me, is with the boys. But I don't feel as bad because I've made sure I've got everything done what I should have done.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see them all. Yeah. All 6 of them. Nanny cuddles. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be some serious cuddles.
Oh yes, lots of tears I can imagine, and lots of cuddles.
So Bernardo's saying it is very important. So it's good we've got a guy on here now. So it's the first guy's comment. So that's lovely to see, isn't it? That we've got, because although it is International Women's Day, it's definitely a day for men to celebrate as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Maybe should get a little bit of a mention. So Bernardo's comment is lovely to see. Thanks for watching us, and thanks for your comment. So, the other comments that are coming in as well. I didn't before lockdown. Suze, what didn't you do before lockdown? You didn't.
Oh, self-care maybe.
Before lockdown. I mean, for me, before lockdown, I was accessing a lot more self-care. So I go for equine therapy. So I go down to Ashford to have equine therapy with a lovely lady who's got a Hepzibah horses. So I would, you know, try and get down there as much as possible when I had free time or when I was going through an absolute meltdown in my own stuff. Obviously the crystals are definitely self-care. Crystals are a huge self-care, and I've got, you know, crystals that look like this. You know, this is I love this one. Call my rosy cheeks down. And you know, my bracelets and stuff, and then I get, you know, like, you know, just the loveliest stuff sort of sent through to me from friends and things like that. And you know, even Jane, when you send your honey over, and you know, you all your lovely stuff, your lovely hampers, and that's a brilliant self-care, isn't it, to sort of have all of that. So yeah, I mean, and then obviously with Ray, you and I, you came over, didn't you? And we had a bit of an exchange, didn't we? So I had my meditations, and you danced with a horse.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, Misha went into the future, which was very interesting, and I got to dance with the horse.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I just remember feeling like I can let go of everything. You know, the future to me looks like, and it was way, way, way into the future. And I wasn't in a human form at all. I was like this kind of solitary being. And I remember having like a black fur, you know, you know, I remember sort of seeing, I think I was looking at my legs, and it was like you know, and I don't shave often either, but I had a black furry legs, and I remember thinking it was like a silky smooth, lovely fur. I couldn't even say what animal I was, and I was solitary. It was just me, and it was perfect, you know. And maybe, you know, and it was definitely a life in the future, and it was just this perfect solitary calmness where I wasn't missing anyone, and I wasn't feeling like, and I remember you saying quite firmly, "You've got to come back now, Michelle," and I was crying and saying, I don't want to.
Don't want to.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, but also bringing back the energy with you into the here and now to help you in the present.
Exactly, and and that's the thing about what we do, isn't it? It's about learning the stuff in that zone and then utilizing it like a tool in our everyday, which is what we all do with the Reiki, with the horses, with the crystals. You know, it's that. And you did, though. You forcefully had to bring me back to the now, and I
have to do that quite a lot sometimes.
Yeah. No, it was great. And then also when you do your guided meditations online, I hear you shouting at me at the end, Michelle! I think is that my mum? the meditation, and it's because I do just, and I can hear you all talking as well. I think it might have been Jack. She's asleep. I think she's going to sleep.
Yeah.
No, I can hear it all, but I'm just not coming out of it. It's just, you know, I could just stay there in that trance, really, and it's lovely. So, yeah, another brilliant self-care is with you, Ray. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. And Natalie had to disappear on us. Because of the hungry children.
No, she's potty training. She's just messaged potty children.
Yeah, potty training. She's hungry children, but she does say lovely chatting with all of you inspirational ladies, and thank you, Ray, for inviting me. And she also said that she loves your unicorn crystal.
I know she does. And that one is from the Ascending Angels tribe. So that's from Caroline Sharp. So I mean, because again, Caroline Sharp is part of this group. She's got, you know, she's got her tribe of children and her family, and you know, again, you know, the sound baths that she does, and the meditations and the Reiki again is another brilliant self-care of mine, and I know we all know her, and we've all been part of what she does as well. So yeah, no, it's another wonderful lady in our group. So but yeah.
Okay. Well, we're kind of like going to talking about hunger and everything, and I need to eat before my show at 8 o'clock. Plug there. You know, don't go away. Come back 8 o'clock. I'm talking to lovely Joanna Sapir. But before we go, just going to ask all of you. what words of wisdom would you give to people watching, or a self-care thing? What thought would you want to leave people watching with? Michelle.
So do you know what I always say, and I'll always say, if we've inspired, and when you say empowering women, it's down to me to become empowered. It's not down to somebody to empower me. I believe it's down to me to believe that I've been empowered. So it comes from within. Empowerment is not something that I'm gifting to someone else or you're gifting to me. My empowerment comes from within, under the skin, within my heart, my soul. It's the connection of all my beings. It's the dark and the light. It's all my truths coming in. It's the bit where I go absolutely. You know, my mum used to call me Maggie when I was a little girl, and I had this really bad temper. And it's me and Maggie coming together, and you know, realizing that we're all of it. And you know, so what we do is we open this up for people, and it's up to us to decide as an individual, am I empowered by, you know, and am I going to grow from this? You know, the learning that we're you know, that we're teaching, we've already got it inside of us. It's already in our hearts. You know, the best healers and the best therapists will let go of their clients because their clients are now independent of them, and the best therapists will be really open about the therapy that they connect with as well, you know, because it's not about us standing here going, oh, look at my perfect life. Not a chance. I'll never ever say that, and I'll never ever be that person. And if I am, you know, slap me back and tell me that, you know, get real, Michelle, because don't slap me though. But yeah, so what am I trying to say is it's within us, you know, to create our own, you know, existence that is the best we can be. We've got all of that information inside of us. You don't need approval from anyone else except for yourself. And we are taught to seek approval as women, as young girls. Let's stop that now. Let's stop that now. And let's say to our young women and our men that all of what we are is as important. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly, the crying, the anger, the happiness. Celebrate every emotion. You know, celebrate all of yourself, and just you know, just love yourself first. That's not one thing, is it? It's a bit greedy. But all of that is what is I wish I was learning these things, and I wish that I was learning about energy and absorbing energy from other people when I was little, because I definitely understood energy when I was little, but then I was told to sit down and shut up and listen and learn and do and think with my brain and forget everything that was below, you know, under the skin and in my tummy, and listening to my gut instinct, you know, ignoring my gut instinct and causing myself anxiety and to feel ill and all of those things. No, just listen and set your own boundaries and just go for it. Shut up. Yeah. One thing. Sorry. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll go next then. I won't be quite as long as Michelle. My one really is quite simple. It's be yourself and don't let anyone hold you back. Because at the end of the day, it's your life that you're living, and live it for you.
Perfect. Jane?
I would say learn to take 5 minutes to breathe, because everything can wait 5 minutes. It really doesn't matter that much if you just take that time for yourself. And even if it's just simply looking out a window, if you're in an office block in some city or something, look to there's nature out there always. Connect with it. Just breathe for 5 minutes, because the benefits you'll get from just that is enormous, for just stopping and breathing. Definitely, that's my advice.
Okay, Loredana?
Yeah, I was thinking today being International Women's Day, I was thinking that this year the theme is to choose to challenge. And I'd like to pause a little bit on that word challenge, which we often put a negative spin into it. I like to challenge all of you and whoever is viewing us to view the war challenge in a different way and to accept it as perhaps an inspiration, an incentive for us to look at things differently, to challenge the system, to challenge ourselves, to really try to go to the bottom of ourselves, to understand what we're about, to understand what we love, to understand what we want, and to become our passion, and to just continue inspiring others to be the best that they can be, really, to be your true self, and just a happy person.
Yeah, perfect. And it'll be interesting to see what Bernardo, I know nothing that what I will say next has nothing to do with the subject. I know that what I will say next has nothing to do with the subject. That'll be interesting to see. So go ahead. And I would say to every, any inspirational words of advice to everyone is just be yourself. Accept who you are, not what others want you to be, and connect with other women. Just connect with other people. Be yourself and connect with other people, because it's so powerful. We're not designed to be individuals. We are in the human form. We're designed to all be together. So, what Bernardo says. Okay,
lovely comment.
It is lovely.
I've always thought that women are the most sacred. Is the link with the divine. Women are carriers of life. They are the eternal source of love and understanding.
Thank you, Bernardo.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely perfect. And I think the perfect note to actually end this conversation on. So thank you to everyone who's actually watched us live or has watched the replay. Thank you to everyone who has commented. It's brilliant when you comment because it's interaction with us, and again it can spark ideas with us, and you've got a sense of some of the conversations that we have together. And of course, thank you to you lovely ladies for coming on and being brave enough to share the conversations that we often have by ourselves, because it can be quite scary and daunting to know that other people are watching. But again, it's that connection with everyone else, and this year really is about connecting with everyone. So thank you everyone for being here. Bless you all. So obviously thank you, Jane. Thank you, Lodana. Thank you, Marie-Louise. Thank you, Natalie. Get her on there. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you too. Thank you.
Yeah, and Natalie says, thank you for having this. You're welcome, and we will definitely do this again. It might be the same, might be the same women again. It might be different women, might be a mixture of both, because I'm actually thinking that this is something we could do actually once a month. We could do it once a month. See it's ideas, I have all these ideas and then people need to remind me, because I'll have them and then I'll forget them, so you need to remind me. But we could do this, and we will make it like Loose Women, but it'll be more real, with us or other women who
very loose women.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, thank
you for the opportunity, as always. Thank you.
Thank you. And obviously the people on the show, don't press any buttons, because I'll register. Okay. So it's very sad, this reality. It's all right. It's every 5 hours, 200 women die around the world.
Yeah.
That is true.
But you know what? If you believe how we believe, when your life comes to an end, it comes to an end, and you go on to your next life. And we're all on a timeline, and we're all reincarnated. So we're good with that.
Oh, we're absolutely good with that, and
Bella.
you know, you know, those 200 women that die, they've brought so
Yeah.
much to the world before
Yeah.
they have left,
There's
and
a
they
lovely
bring so
angel.
much with their energy after.
Mm.
So thank you everyone for watching, and as I said, my show's at 8 p.m, so do tune in if you want to, because I'm still going to be here, and we will see you all again, well, in a month's time. So
Yeah, okay.
take care, everyone. Oh, and don't forget, you can share this, you know, even if people aren't watching live, do share it, because there might be more people out there that want to hear the conversation,
Yeah.
and you know, and then the energy will still be there, because it is a brilliant energy. So thank you all, everyone, and we will all speak soon.
Thank you, everyone.